Deep in the golden savannah, where the sun painted the grasslands in warm fire, lived a young lion named Kavari. He wasn't the biggest. He wasn't the strongest, but he had a heart that beat like thunder. Kavari was the son of King Amar, the wise ruler of the Pride Plains, a lion whose roar could shake mountains and whose mercy could calm storms. Kavari dreamed of becoming king someday, just like his father. But dreaming and doing are two very different things. Not everyone was happy about Kavari's future. His uncle Zaro, a lion with eyes like chips of obsidian, thought he deserved the throne. He moved through the pride like a shadow, whispering doubt wherever he walked. "Is the cub strong enough?" he'd murmur to the lionesses. "Is he brave enough to face a real threat?" he'd ask the older lions. "Can he protect anyone?" The whispers grew like weeds, wrapping around the hearts of the pride and squeezing tight. Kavari felt them. He tried to roar louder, stand taller, and impress everyone with feats of strength. But the pressure only made him stumble harder, turning his roars into squeaks and his confident strides into clumsy trips. The more he tried to prove himself, the more he felt like a failure. One night, a violent storm swept across the savannah. Lightning flashed like the sky was cracking open, and thunder boomed, making the very ground tremble. Animals scattered in every direction, running for shelter as chaos reigned. During the panic, Zaro saw his chance. He set that trap, luring the young Kavari into a narrow ravine with a false story of a lost cub. When the storm hit its peak and rain began to flood the gorge, Zaro shouted with feigned terror, "Run, Kavari! Run before the flood reaches you! Save yourself!" Terrified and confused, the young lion believed him and scrambled away, disappearing into the raging storm. Behind him, Zaro returned to the pride, his face a mask of sorrow. "Kavari fled," he announced. "He abandoned us in our moment of need. He is not fit to be king." The pride, heartbroken and scared, believed the lie. They accepted Zaro as their new ruler, and under his reign, their savannah grew darker, quieter, colder. Because a leader without love leads nowhere. Far from home, drenched and exhausted, Kavari finally collapsed among a patch of tall, soft reeds. He was found by a wisecracking meerkat named Pico and a warm-hearted antelope named Nalia. They saw not a failed prince, but a lost soul. They nursed him back to health, cracking jokes to make him laugh and feeding him berries until he finally smiled again. With them, Kavari learned to live simply. He chased butterflies with Pico and listened to Nalia's stories of the stars. He learned about peace. He learned about joy. But deep inside, beneath the laughter and the quiet moments, he felt the pull of destiny. The savannah needed him. His family needed him. He needed himself. One night, as he gazed up at the brilliant tapestry of stars, Kavari heard a voice. It wasn't spoken aloud, but it resonated deep within his soul, sounding just like his father's. A king does not run from responsibility. In that moment, something shifted inside him. He stood up, taller and more resolute than he ever had before. "I'm going home," he declared. Pico and Nalia didn't hesitate. "Then we're going with you," they said. Because real friends don't let you face the darkness alone. When they reached the Pride Plains, they found it in ruins. The once lush grasslands were barren, food was scarce, and the lions were exhausted, their spirits broken. Zaro ruled through fear, his hollow promises leaving everyone hungry and hopeless. When the pride saw Kavari alive and strong, a spark of hope ignited like wildfire. Zaro, furious, stepped forward and growled, "You don't belong here." Kavari met his gaze, his voice calm but firm. "I belong wherever truth stands." The two lions clashed. Dust flew, claws struck, and roars shook the earth. But Kavari fought not with the desperate anger of his youth, but with the steady purpose of a true king. With a final, mighty roar that echoed his father's strength across the entire savannah, Zara was defeated, fleeing into the shadows from which he came. The pride bowed. The sun rose through the clouds for the first time in what felt like an eternity, bathing the land in a gentle, hopeful light. Kavari was king. He ruled with the perfect balance of strength, wisdom, and compassion he never realized was in him all along. The animals returned, the grasslands bloomed, and peace returned like an old friend. Every night Kavari would look at the stars and whisper, "Thank you for guiding me home." You don't become great by being fearless. You become great by facing the fears that try to shape you. Your true destiny is always waiting on the other side of courage. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.